Hello everybody, it's John Glenn here, Beardychiel, on episode 36 of Beardychiel's Knitting Banter. And it's lovely to be back. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. For those of you who are returning again, it's a pleasure to have you back and I hope you enjoy your time with us. My name is John Glenn, known in the knitting world as Beardychiel, guy with a beard. Chiel with a beard, Chiel meaning person, guy, whatever. And I am known as Beardychiel on Instagram, on Ravelry, on Twitter. You'll find me as Beardychiel here on YouTube and on Facebook. And on Facebook you'll also find the Beardychiel Designs page, which is where specific information on oh heavens, my eyes feel gritty today. Anyway, is where you'll also find information on things which I have been working on. What have we got for you today? Well, this particular podcast contains in general what's been happening in the last week or two, because it's a couple of weeks since I put up all the road stuff and the Dingwall footage. So generally what's been happening, information from my trip to Aberdeen Yarnfest and some footage of Aberdeen Yarn Festival, some stash acquisitions while I was there. What else did we have? Stash acquisitions when I was there. We have a couple of finished objects. We have some works in progress, as always, and general information about what's happening later in the summer. So I hope to keep you all up to date and I hope you enjoy your time with us. Now, if you do like it and you want further information, remember, like, subscribe, and if you click on the bell below, you'll get notifications of any other videos that I publish. So where are we going to start today? Well, what have I been up to? Since the last video went up, my usual round of family childminding with Reuben and Leo and Ian. We had the wedding of my niece Megan to her other half Stephen, and my house was turned into Wedding Central. This conservatory was turned into a beauty parlour for the day, and 5 bridesmaids, a flower girl, a baby, the bride, Janet, myself and Ian all fitted into the house overnight, and we all got ready and we all went off to the wedding and we had a wonderful day, apart from poor old Ian, who was sharing a room with me and woke up at 5:30 nice and early and said, "Grandad, I feel blue." And as he jumped out of the bed and leapt into the little ensuite, he made it through the bathroom door, but he didn't make it to either the sink or the pan. And at 5:30, when we got him back into bed, I was on my hands and knees with a towel cleaning up the mess. And the poor little fella was like that from 5:30 through until just after midday. When that eventually finished and he managed to eat some toast, he said, "I feel okay, I want to go to the wedding." He came to the wedding, he got through the ceremony brilliantly and was in charge of the GoPro. He did all the filming and took some photographs that day. I'll put a photograph or two up while I'm talking.
I do. Some people pay extra for my sock, it's weird. Really? I'm sock lover, 3,000.
Well folks, here we are, me dancing with my beautiful niece Megan, because her husband arranged for all the men in the family to dance with her for one dance, and it was lovely. So you see how things were. Oh, pardon me. And survived until just before mealtime, and then said to his mum, I don't like the smell of the food from the kitchen. So a friend came, picked him up, took him away and let him have a couple of hours away while we were eating, and then he came back later on in the evening when the food was cleared so that he could see some of the dancing and spend some time with us. So that was fine. It was an absolutely super day, and at about 11:30 he got really tired. Having been up since 5:30, I got fairly tired, and I agreed to call it a night early, and he and I came home, went to bed, settled in, and left the rest of the family to it, and that was absolutely fine. So that was good fun, and since then it's just been a normal week. There's been some knitting, there's been some pattern writing, there's been some crocheting, and basically I'm a happy bunny. Things are ticking over nicely. I need to get some wool out of the shed, get it emptied and get the next batch of wool off to the mill. So I'm going to try and get that done in the coming week, because the school's closed for the summer in Scotland next week, and it's going to be fairly hectic with the boys here several days a week. But hey, that's okay. I'm hoping that on Wednesday afternoon I'm going to manage to persuade Sarah to come and help me to get some wool processed. So that'll be fine. So, where do I begin today? I think we'll start with 2 finished objects. And after the finished objects, we'll go off and do the Aberdeen Yarnfest footage. And then we'll come back to stash and whips and a roundup. So, finished object number 1 is here. Still got a couple of ends to sew in, but we have one tiny white cardie. When we got to the wedding, I discovered that there was one little one who hadn't had a shrug made, and it was my nephew Andrew's little one, who is Emily as well, and I thought, I feel a little bit guilty that she's the only one who's been without, so rather than a shrug, she's had her little cardie extended down to waist level, and some buttons will go on, and that will get posted off. This is the design that I used for the shrug, down to the brioche, and excluding the sleeves was the little shrug that I used for the flower girls for the wedding. It's a really quick knit, and it's a really simple pattern. There's nothing complex in it. I haven't actually bothered to write it down anywhere. But I'll tell you, there is one part of it that I am really happy with the way it's turned out, and that is the underarm. Because to create the extra stitches that go into the underarm, I decided, rather than trying to just cast on some stitches and make them fit and then try and graft them closed, the join is right there. I needed something a little bit different, so something a little bit different is exactly what we did. I cast on the number of stitches I wanted for the underarm using Judy Bowker's Invisible Cast On, the way I would as if I was starting the toe of a sock. And I put half of the stitches onto a stitch holder and knitted the other half in. And then the ones that were on the stitch holder I included in the stitches for the sleeve. And that means that I have a perfectly grafted underarm which was cast on that way without the hassle of having to go back and do some Kitchener time. So I'm really pleased, and it's a nice smooth interior, no seam, no problem whatsoever. That's worked nicely for me. I did that for the first time when I was doing my big scrappy jumper. So because it worked so well in the scrappy jumper, that's what made me decide to try it in this. And I am delighted with the way it's worked. So I need to find 5 nice little buttons for this one before it goes off to Emily. It also needs to be washed. Look, I mean, there's still bits to be sewn in, and it hasn't been washed yet, so that'll all happen maybe this afternoon. So that's finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is a bitty bigger. It's here. And here we go. Now, if I hold this up this way, by its top edge, some of you may recognise the shape. This is Helios Wing, which was designed in the summer of 2017 and knitted in a sort of gold bamboo yarn that I had at the time. And this is a reknit using Caithness Croft Yarn's Old Hall 4-ply Cheviot, and it is absolutely wonderful. It's nice and soft, it doesn't have much of a tooth to it, and it's really it's draping beautifully. I am really pleased with the finished effect. I can see the camera beautifully through the holes in the shawl, but you hopefully can't see my horrid old mug. And I would say overall length, it's just over the 6 foot mark end to end, and it's about 2.5 feet deep. It's an asymmetric lace shawl with a set of increases designed to give this curve. Why did I put a curve on it? Well, the curve hangs around your neck so that you start that wrap around quite nicely, and then you've got the other bit which wraps around and doesn't want to go anywhere, and it's a fine, easy wear. Yeah, there's method in the madness. Oh, pardon me. Pentland Firth shawl, designed to hang around the neck and stay where it is. This one, curved so that it's the right size to wrap around the neck, but it'll drape if you just want to hang it over your shoulders as well. So, Helios Wing, because I was re-knitting it from my notes, I wrote the pattern in full, and it's with test knitters as we speak. The first one started it. The pattern is in total 172 rows, and I might tweak it because that 172 rows took me to 203 grams, 201 grams, 199 grams. I weighed it multiple times after it finished to double check the finished weight, and I want to make sure that it comes out at 200 grams of yarn, so I might just sneak 2 rows, 3 rows out of the overall pattern. It's not going to make that big a difference, and save that couple of grams of yarn. But Helios Wing will hopefully be released in the next fortnight. It's a nice lightweight summer knit because it's lacy. It's fun. I've knitted it in wool simply because I wanted some of my own yarn in my samples, and I am delighted with it. So that's sort of, and that the natural, the off-white is just gorgeous. It's super. Of course that was the wrong side. It is a really, really nice, it's a lovely yarn. I mean, it was nice when I was playing with it, but the way this has fluffed up after its first wash is delightful. I am really pleased with it. So those are the 2 finished objects for the time being. That's us 14 minutes into the video. So I'm going to say we are going to stop here. I am going to pass you over to me at Aberdeen Yarn Fest. Enjoy your wander around the Yarn Festival, and I will be back with you in a little while. Have a nice time. See you soon. Cheery bye. Hi folks, I'm at Aberdeen Yarn Fest, and I couldn't have passed this lady without stopping. Oh my golly gosh. Happens, you get interrupted, nothing you can do. Right,
Aberdeen Yarnfest. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon, and I've done the rundown from Caithness to have a wander around, and I have met this wonderful lady who I've spoken to online for a long time, and I've never actually met her in person before today. So tell us, how did we come to this wonderful venue, Karen? I'm going to grab my coat.
We did the first event last year, and it was pure happenstance because my friend Gavin, who's been my friend for 20 years, was getting back into the events business.
Right.
And I was saying, you have to do a yarn festival. You have to do a yarn festival because I like knitting, crafting, sewing. And I said, there's nothing in Aberdeen, you have to travel quite far. So we talked about it, and then finally we said, right, let's do it. So I took on the role of, let's say, designing the event, but I just decided.
General dog's body.
Yeah, it's like, who would I like to have here, and what would I like to see him do? Because I am a demographic. I'm a very keen amateur enthusiast.
Yes.
So we wanted to do that, and I wanted something that families would come to, and that whether you just knit booties or you knit fancy shawls and all the fancy things, whatever, there was something for everyone. So we put it together fairly quickly last year, and we thought 500 people, that would be great. And then we sold a lot of tickets, and we thought, we might get 700, 800, and over 1,200 people came through the doors last year, which blew us away. We thought, there must be something else on, there's a big queue, so it was fantastic. So this year we were doing it again, and we thought, well, we can make it a little bit bigger now. Yeah. So this year is about twice the size almost of what we had last year. Yeah. Pretty much, I think all of our exhibitors bar one are back.
Yes.
From last year, and we've got all these fabulous new people, and it's always really nice if you get someone that's not exhibited anywhere else before. And then there's a lot of well-known people, and there's everything.
And Reuben from Caithness Yarns, this is his second show. And it's
I met him at Loch Ness last year.
And I know he's only sort of like a 25-minute drive. We've been trying to meet have a cup of tea in a Blair since October.
And he's a character, he's got lots of stories to tell.
He has, he's wonderful. So from that point of view, I've wandered round and I've seen folk that I've seen in all the big yarn festivals across the country, and they're all having fun, they're all selling.
To be honest, most of the people that are here are people that last year's vendors said, try Aberdeen. So we were in the very fortunate position of people getting in touch with us, which was brilliant.
Crafting communities like that, if they see something they like, they pass the information on.
There's the short one.
If you have I was saying, I delivered a class to someone who'd been having lessons with someone else in Thursday a fortnight ago, and I found a post on Facebook yesterday from the same woman saying, I've gone to this class, it's absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance, go and see this tutor. I wasn't expecting feedback like that. She's left the class saying, I'm really happy, this has been fun.
That's what we want, is what people think of you. Word of mouth is very important. It's going to be, this is usually a terrific venue with a couple of issues with lighting and stuff this morning, but in fairness,
kind of a hiccup anyway.
Stuff like that happens, and we were able to get a photo of people to fix it, and that was okay. And people are generally very accepting, and that was a big inconvenience because somebody here would want that, but the guys got on it, they got after it, they fixed it, and the hotel really appreciates this venue. This is a very good venue in Aberdeen because it's the same space.
Right.
So that's why we've come here. We've done our two events. This is to be a mascot.
Makes sense. No, I mean, it's a nice, well-lit event. It's nice and open. It's not too crammed, which is really important.
It is. The lighting's very, very important. And in there's a lot of sports, so that's good. And with this room, there's massive natural light.
And I know from talking to people at events, the one thing they hate is being overcrowded.
Yes.
And that's the customers as well as the vendors. So no, it's great because I was wandering around and I spotted with someone who I was hoping to see here today at the opposite side of the room, just because it wasn't too tight packed. So.
No, because we've only got this area. Last year we had a bit of a struggle.
Right.
But this year, because we've got the extra space and we've managed to commandeer all this area too, and that's made a big difference.
Super,
so
absolutely super.
it's nice to have a little bit of a walkway and things like that. So
Thank you very much for taking the time to sit and blather to me. And next year I'll get my dates right. No family weddings next year, and I'm going to come and vend next year.
Yes.
It's a brilliant day.
Well, we haven't even got our dates sorted out yet because we're looking at when we can refit it in, but we hope to have that sorted out in the next few weeks.
Wonderful. I look forward to hearing that information. Thanks, Karen. See you soon. Right, folks, I'm on to the wander round, and Wool Mouse are sitting here with no customers. Hello, guys. Look at this. Oh dear Lord. As always, they have an incredible selection. Oh, look at that. Now I could have that as a pair of socks, couldn't I? I'm trying to be good, but I'm not going to manage it today. I'm wandering around and I'm hoping that I'm going to get some shopping done. Just gone 2 o'clock here in Aberdeen, and it's not quite as busy as it was at the start of the day, thankfully. So it's time to wander around and look outside. Yeah, I'm talking to a camera again. Hi guys.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine. How are you two?
I'm gorgeous.
Well, I did notice that. You're wearing well for a man of 22.
Exactly. Rough life. So how are you? Are you preparing for Perth?
I am rearing and ready to go, joining you guys selling at Perth this year.
Okay.
The fleeces that I collected last year, most of them have been, a larger number of them have been for processing, and they're back, and there's a selection of just natural coloured yarns. Don't do dyeing, that's for other people to worry about.
Mad people to
yes,
in the shed at the bottom of the garden.
Yeah, well, I have a shed at the bottom of the garden, but it's full of fleece, I can't get in. And I went to Dingwall, and I was doing really good at Dingwall, and I was selling, and the yarn was selling, the patterns were selling, the badges and the stitch markers and things with the Beardychiel logo were selling. And this woman came up and said, I've got a boot full of alpaca fleece, and somebody said you might be interested, and I blew my takings. Oh, it was lovely. It was nice. So that'll go off to the mill with some wool that I've been holding to find something nice to do with it. But there wasn't enough of it.
Have you seen the lady that's got fleeces in the other room?
No, I did walk past, but I didn't stop because I have a shed which is roughly the size of your stand, full.
End to end, yeah.
Full to head level, and there's some coloured, there's some naturals, there's some. It's just a case of emptying them out and skipping them and getting them off to the mill. But I only do them in small batches because my health doesn't let me do long shifts. But I'm fine.
Shear our sheep.
Yes.
We've got to do it, and Sue lets us do it by hand. We've only got about 6 or 7 in the moment, so we got more from Sue's in Jacobs.
Lovely.
Only new ones,
Jacobs are nice. They're a lovely fleece.
Dave. Dave, or Ram, Dave.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at Dave the Ram.
Dave the Ram. Cats.
Why is it cats and sheep seem to go so well together?
Look, you get a neighbour's cat comes. He looks like a sheep, but he's a dog. There he is.
Yeah, Dave the Ram.
Dave the Ram. He likes having his head rubbed.
Quite a character then.
Yeah. He got out because he can jump the fences.
Oh dear.
And he ended up with some ordinary Scottish mules of somebody else's farmer, but we managed to get in the way.
Well, you see, I picked up.
I'm not entirely sure how many of them he got to.
Well, funnily enough, one of my fleece suppliers last year said to me, I've got these fleeces and they're supposed to be Shetlands, but we think the tup next door get in. So they might be crosses, but they were lovely.
So there's going to be lots of wee brown sheep around our way instead of big Scottish mules.
Oh, that's fine. Oh well, thank you for saying hello. I am.
Oh, you like a colours?
Yeah, I'm getting.
I don't do part colours.
No, well, I did know that. Oh, dearie me.
Thank you. Enjoy.
I'll come back once I stop filming. I'll do the one. Yeah, I remember the big dicks from last year at Perth. We're not going there this time.
We're not going there.
I'll be back soon. Now this busy stall is Bar the Wool Shop in Stonehaven.
You know I'm Gina Jumper, you know your colours.
Oh, Babbling Jojo, I've not seen you guys for ages. That's since Perth. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Last time we've done this one.
Right. See, I was thinking about this one myself this year because I've some yarn now this year. But I got it mixed up with a family wedding and forgot to book.
We were last minute as well.
So you've been busy in what you're getting put together here.
My wife was down.
As always.
Working on that as well.
I know. Wow. Are you at Perth this year?
Yep.
Oh, lovely. I'll see you there then.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Hey, look, I've come back and I'm round here and I'm like, oh dear. It's the troublemakers.
The troublemaker, John. That is the very Shivia that you sent me.
Oh dearie me. Oh, you haven't seen it, haven't played with the new stuff. The new stuff's even softer.
Is it?
Oh yeah. There's a new, it's not an Aran, it's a DK.
Right.
And it's the breed is Charolais, but it's mixed 50-50 with white alpaca.
Oh, I'm not sure about alpaca because I get itchy with alpaca.
But 50-50 with wool. It just takes the last little edge off. That is really nice dyed up, isn't it?
That's the BFL.
That's the BFL.
That's the...
Yeah. Oh no, they're nice.
Then I've got this. That's the knitted.
Good Lord, no, that's not Cheviot. Is that the Cheviot?
It is the Cheviot.
Good
It's been washed in blocks, knitted, and that's how it's turned out.
Oh wow! Good Lord! Of course, you got the first kilo of that when it came in.
I did.
Oh. Just when I see it with colour on it, it's just
different.
And to see the cowl finished, it's really, really.
A bit cosy, but
Oh, but great! I mean, it's a good winter cowl.
Yeah.
The Tunisian mitts that went up last week, like that, they're just,
It stays.
yeah.
It's solid. I like it. So.
And of course, they were crocheted before the oil was washed out. So when it bloomed, all the holes in them sealed up,
Yeah.
and it's just completely windproof.
They are indeed.
So it's super.
So this one's doubled up, so that's nice. I've mashed
Oh
it
god,
up.
yeah, that'd be super for the winter. Oh, I'd forgotten that I'd sent you some Beardychiel yarn. Oh look, when it come over here, I love bugs. See Diana. Oh dearie me, oh dear, oh look, glittery wool. Oh, yes, but I have a set of sparkly minis at home, which came from Mothy and the Squid. And the reason I got sparkly minis was because I'd had plain minis and used them for the loop scarf. And I went to get some and she had sold out, so I took what was left. But you've got sparkly neons.
10 and 20 grams.
Oh,
And they're UV reactive.
oh dearie dearie.
Diana's magic trick.
You know how to sell, don't you? Boy, do you know how to sell.
She doesn't even need to say anything.
This is a very rare sight. I'm about to take money out of my pocket. I'll have a set of minis, please. If you've
10
got
or 20.
20s, need enough for a pair of socks. What do I owe you?
90.
There we are. See, stock acquisition or stash acquisition. Yes, more. Thank you very much. Oh, well, I'm going away now. Blowing the budget. Hello. Get thee behind me, Satan. Well, you see, I have gone mad, but I'm actually knitting with that at the moment.
Baby merino.
Yeah, I've got 5 shrugs to make for Flower Girls for Saturday.
Oh, you better get on with it then.
3 are done,
That's alright.
and the biggest size is half done, so
Nearly there.
I hope you don't mind that my camera's running for my podcast. Is that alright?
That's fine. I'll give you a card in that case.
Oh yeah, lovely. I'll put that in there so that I definitely see it, and then I'll put it in the bag so that I hopefully don't lose it. That's a lovely selection.
Thank you.
Are you doing any other shows this year?
I'm doing a wool at Portsoy.
Right.
I believe you were there last year, were you?
I was there as a customer last year, and I've got a stall as a vendor this year.
Oh, good.
And my wife's just told me it's the same day we've got tickets for the theatre in Eden Court.
Can't you do both?
It's a matinee performance where we're taking our grandsons to see Shrek the musical. So I'm going to have to get in touch with Portsoy and say, I'm sorry, I can't come.
It's a shame.
Oh, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
If I'd bothered to look at the family calendar instead of my calendar.
Yeah, we've had to do a calendar of everything.
Yeah. So you doing anything other than that?
Just fairs and things.
Right.
Yeah, I do quite a few.
I'm sorry I'm missing Portsoy. I'm doing Perth and then I'm doing Loch Ness. But that'll be fine.
Ross will be enough. I'm doing Neos as well.
Alright, where's that one?
Well, Neos is the Northeast Open Studios. So
Alright.
I'm doing.
We don't have an open studios as far north as us.
Where are you then?
Thurso. But we could try and organise one because there are plenty of crafty folk up round about there.
It's amazing when you get them all on a map, how many are there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, things like the NC 500 have made a big difference up round about there. But I have to say your bowls look wonderful.
Thank you. They are my bread and butter, and it's what everyone loves.
They're super, absolutely super. Listen, thanks for stopping to Blether. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Do you go to the afternoon ones in the afternoon and I would so like to go to the afternoon ones because I've been really busy lately. Wednesday is just too
Hello! I'm fine, how are you guys? It's lovely to see you both.
Yep, London home turf.
Oh, it's nice to know you're with us. Will you be with us at Perth this year?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, lovely. I look forward to seeing you there.
Hotel and yeah.
Which hotel are you staying in?
The station one.
Oh, we're in the Love It this year.
Ah, right.
Ah, that's fine. It'll all fit together somehow.
It's less across the road, is it not?
It's, I think it's about 500 yards away. It's not far, but that'd be absolutely fine. I've lost Janet somewhere.
Up for the day, are you?
We've come down 4 hours to get here, but
4 hours?
yeah. We're in Thurso. We're as far north as you can go. So it's been an exciting day.
It's a near one for you, really. This is just on the road.
Well, compared to, it's the same driving time as it is to Perth.
Really?
Funnily enough.
Of course,
So-
yeah, actually.
Right, I'll go and see if I can find my good lady wife. It's lovely to have seen you both.
Lovely to see you too.
Oh, Bahramu yarns. I've had some of those in the house and used them up and they were absolutely gorgeous. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hello.
Sorry, am I?
That's all right. I hope you don't mind. I'm filming your stock from the podcast. That's a wonderful selection.
Thank you.
Self-stripings. Look.
Delve into the self-striping. There's lots of colours that are probably hidden.
Get thee behind me, Satan. Eggs and Bunnies. What a wonderful name. Look at that. Is that not lovely? And it looks nice knitted up as well.
That's my only other one this year.
Are you doing other shows this year? Oh, see it there. I'm vending this year.
Yeah.
Fencing this year.
Yes. All the fleeces that I collected last year have been spun. And they're all just naturals. I don't dye. Dyeing's for other folk. That's hard work. I'll settle for skipping and taking the poo off and packing them up and sending them off. And I'm not coming over there because last time I came over there I ended up having to knit 3 pairs of socks for the grandsons.
Yeah, but they were nice socks.
They were lovely. They were lovely. In fact, the little bit that's left over from them has gone into a brand new pattern,
Oh, excellent.
which will come out shortly.
Excellent. I shall keep your eyes open. for
Keep
that.
your eyes open. Toes, heels and cuffs from Sable Yarns. Well, I'm going to see who else I can see today. I'll go and have a look at your stock as well since I'm here.
Thank you.
Oh no, it's all right. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's called a man
Oh no, if I go up the road with sparkles, they'll all be demanding them. Hi. Is this everybody wearing wool mouse aprons?
Yes.
They're super, aren't they?
They're amazing. Go and buy one.
I wonder if they'll do one in my size.
Well, I'm sure she'd custom make you one if you asked her.
And do you know something? I might just go and catch her on the way out and ask and use it at Perth. We need somewhere to carry the money and put the... Hello, how are you?
Not bad, darling, you alright?
I'm fine. Wow, you've tweaked your colour range a little since the last time I saw you. Good Lord, those are wonderful.
I get bored, so I kind of roll out about 75 new colourways as they kind of show up. Just continue the other ones.
The words daft as a brush spring to mind.
Love it.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's a wee bitty different, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. It's fluffy.
I like fluffy. Then again, I've always been a fan of mohair. Can I say anything about that?
Really?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, I created a big asymmetric blue and white mohair shawl a couple of years ago.
Right.
And I had it sitting on the back of a stall at the May Games.
Right.
And someone came up and offered me a ludicrous sum of money for it. So I sold it.
Great.
Because she came and she looked at it and she explained that she used to keep sheep
Right.
in the village where the blue was dyed.
Oh wow. Oh lovely.
And she loved the way it looked because it was kid mohair.
For her, right?
For her it was important, and her hubby said, well, I said, I'm sorry, I don't sell my samples, I knit them to let people look at and then buy the pattern. And he came and whispered in my ear and they offered me a 3-figure sum for it and took it away. Lovely. Doesn't happen often, but...
Oh, doesn't it not? Itself. Everybody does.
Oh, it is. Oh no, I've bought some yarn today already. I bought some a project bag today already. I don't know what I'm going to have next. Oh, it's terrible.
Are you looking forward to this?
Oh yes, Perth's going to be good, but on the other side of the counter because I'm joining you guys,
I know, yes, I
which will be
heard.
fun. So all natural colours.
Oh, lovely.
Don't do the dyeing, leave that to you experts. I'll settle for just the nice naturals and I'll go for a combination of fibres that I think feel nice.
Oh, that'll be good though.
And bring some samples of it knitted up. And
You know,
see
it's funny, I dye all these thousands of different colourways, right? But 9 times out of 10, when I make something, it's out of bare yarn.
I know, it's strange, isn't it?
After all the rainbows, they're like pure yarn.
But there are times when using one of these to enhance or pop against a natural base is the best way to use them.
Yeah.
So
I used some possum from Politician's Possum.
I bought some from him in Rhodes this year. When he was at the retreat with me. It's lovely.
Amazing.
In fact, my son's asked me for the blue that I brought
So good.
because he wants me to knit him a tie.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
a request for a knitted tie. I better get started because his birthday was 3 weeks ago. It's still busy here today. All these yarns are fantastic. Are you actually at a loose end? How are you? I'm fine.
Good to see you. Are you filming?
I am filming, yes. Is that all right?
Absolutely. Lovely to see you.
And you?
Travelled down today?
Yes, we left
for the
about
day?
Aye.
And are you here with family?
Janet's here somewhere.
Oh, good. Oh, well, she'll say hi if she's on her way round.
Okay, she'll stop, I would say.
Good.
So,
Have you been purchasing?
God, I
Always?
tried not to. I've got a baby shawl to make for a friend in Greece, one of the hoteliers.
Yes. I've enjoyed following your trip on your Instagram. Looked like a great holiday.
Well, the video's almost finished the editing, so I'm hoping to get it up this week and let folks see what... I didn't film a lot this year. I thought, let's not be too intrusive and let folk enjoy it, but I did little bits in classes and on the bus to and from the excursions and some feedback from the folk who were there. But it's been good. 15 expressions of interest for next year already.
That's ideal. That's what you want.
So that's a good start. Hello, Helen.
I was up in your neck of the woods. I'd come back from the Cape Nest Craft collective retreat.
I saw you were there.
I was there. I had a lovely time. I'd never been to John O'Groats before, so it was all in
a headless chicken all weekend, so I didn't get a chance to come across and say hello.
Well, we were all there, and probably a lot of ladies you would have known.
Oh yes, lots of faces I saw in the photographs.
Well, people from Seattle and New York, so it's quite international.
Super, absolutely super. Well, you see, that strange organising Louise, I teach a couple of classes in Thurso, so when she takes her kids to Scouts, rather than hang around in the car park,
She
comes in and sits and has a cup of tea and a blether in the class, so it's...
So you'll get all caught up.
Oh well, yeah, we'll get caught up quite quickly.
Ideal. Absolutely ideal.
So I better go round and find Janet. It's been lovely to see you. See you soon.
Find somebody. I think you should get one that's got really bright colours on it. I think that's what you should do. Awesome. Right, I'm going to get out the road.
What's the best Rusty Ferret purchase today? What would I buy that I'm going to love?
I've just found a grape in my pocket.
I'm not buying that from you. It's been in your pocket. Strange wifey. Do you want to buy a grape? I've had it in my pocket.
I didn't really buy it. I was merely stating I had a grape in my pocket. You can't buy the best one, I've already bought it. See?
Oh, what did you buy?
I'll sell it for you.
Show me the purchase.
I like that one.
Yeah, that is rather pleasant, isn't
I
it?
also really like the treasure on the end. And have you seen the bags?
I know. Oh yes, I like that one.
I like this one.
Oh, that's
I like that one.
different.
I'll just do your marketing. Thank you. You can come back. I like that one at the minute.
That is nice. BFL. Oh, and a little bit nylon.
A little bit. Always
It's
respect.
really soft, isn't it?
Really soft. Dundee water makes it really soft.
Away you go. You're a bigger patter merchant than
I'm
me.
really not. Dundee water makes it soft.
And it's the perfect thing to have when you're eating your Dundee marmalade and reading a copy of the Beano.
Exactly. And you're hanging in now. Oh, I'd rather have a macaroni pie.
Don't.
Do you get macaroni pies down your end?
Up your end.
Up your end, sorry.
Up your end too.
Hello.
We do.
I always think you're just at the side.
And
But
it's
it's
one
like-
way of yeah, we're on the flat bit at the top.
My geography's a bit rubbish.
So is mine.
I was trying to figure out where Rwanda was the other day. That blew my mind. That wasn't where I expected
Right,
it to be.
hang on to that and I'll get some pound coins.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, they'll drill it eventually. They're in the mid, they've just started the work on the Beardychiel
Well,
flyover.
Aberdeen finally got a bypass, so you
Yes.
know, might get there.
That the one at Fochabers?
No, it starts at Stonehaven and goes right to Black Dog.
All right.
So you
I've not
miss-
been on that one yet.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful new bit of road. And it cuts about, well, my mum and dad are just outside Fraserburgh. So going from Dundee, it takes about half an hour off your journey.
Oh, that's all right. Right, I'm going to go and see if I can find my good
it was
lady
lovely
wife.
to see
Are you
you.
at Perth this year?
Absolutely.
See you there.
Wild horses waking me away. I will see you later.
See you later. Oh, look. I'll come and look here, because I always like to come and look here. More sheepies, and more boxes, and more bookies, and oh, we're in floors.
Tins are new. Alpacas
Oh,
of the day.
tilt that down a bit so that we see them. Wow. What an imagination you have, wifey. There's something new every single time.
Try. Well, a lot of times the events you go to, it's the same people, so you've got to have
Yeah.
things for them.
Well, I suppose, yeah, I mean, as customers, it tends to be the same round of faces that you see quite a lot, because we're all fussy about the things that we like to buy.
Yeah, well, the other thing is online. I've got a lot of faithful followers online,
Well, that's good.
and they buy things to give us gifts. So it's good to find
Works perfect
new,
then.
like the lens cloths have been great. They make great teacher gifts as well, and the wee pocket notebooks. It's
Oh,
affordable
super.
things and postable things.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the hard things, especially the way families are spread nowadays. I love the cockerel. He's cute.
Thank you. I made that with my friend in Ireland. We stayed with her last summer, and she's Belgian, and her surname's Lecomte. And she collects cockerel things.
As one would.
The original picture went to her, and I made a cushion.
Wonderful. Hello, David.
I was going to ask you, how did you get on with your alpaca?
It's lovely. I took it home, weighed it up, had a double check at prices online for alpaca, and I'm in the middle. I paid sort of mid price for it, so that was okay.
I'm getting a couple of llamas.
Oh, lovely.
Fleecies, not the animals. For the price of a bag of feed.
Oh, well, that's not so bad.
And also I got a chance of some Jacobs.
Oh, they can be nice, especially if you like mottled things sometimes, and I don't have a problem with that. I think that's the way it comes off the beast, it's fine. But I'm looking for my good lady wife who has a seat somewhere.
Oh, she's behind you.
Oh, look, she's behind me. I'm going to try the other room, dear. Hello. I've come wandering back to film your stock because it's just no. Well, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign.
Little camera you got there.
It's really quite useful. I used to carry one of these sort of handheld things around, and it was a pain in the bottom. This is much easier. It just hangs there, set on wide angle, and does 90% of what I need.
Is there fancy technology that stops like a stabilizer?
Yes, that's done by software when I put it into the editing stage, and it's pretty good actually.
That's really good.
These little GoPros are amazing. Their versatility is surprising. Good heavens. I'm trying not to be tempted, I'm trying to be good.
No. Being good is buying in moderation.
Yeah, but I sell the blasted stuff and I've got, like you, piles and piles and piles.
Tina buys the stuff as well. And are you an exhibitor here?
Not today.
Not today?
Not today.
Okay, sorry for wagging your head.
Oh, that's all right. My name's John, by the way.
Hi John, Michael.
Nice to meet you.
You might have met it from Les. Michael was around for a while.
Ah, right.
Which is your stall at Loch Ness?
At Loch Ness, it'll be marked as Caithness Croft Yarns and Beardychiel Designs.
Are you mostly selling yarns then?
Yarns, patterns, I design.
Okay.
And I sell the patterns. So, and last year people started handing me fleeces that they were going to bury or burn.
Yeah.
So I've had them spun up and I'm going to sell off the yarn.
Tina gets a bit of that as well. So, in all sorts of forms. There was one, we sort of do, I think Loch Ness and Berlin are the two extremes that she goes to.
Yes.
She's from Berlin and I'm from Scotland.
That's a nice mix.
And so in Berlin there was a farmer selling sausages, and but she's had sheep, and so Tina did a kind of a barter. She had these sort of arm knitted blankets, like massive things, about 50 kilos of wool in each one.
In exchange for sausages.
And actually in exchange for gifts of sausages and large amounts of fleece. So she gets loads of fleeces.
Wonderful.
Gives loads of blankets back and then gets a few sausages as presents.
Very nice.
Basically, that wool which is dyed.
Oh, that feels really, really nice. It's really quite light, isn't it?
It's that's a dyed with indigo and spun.
Wow.
I just had a fair outside and everything. So
that is really, really nice.
You don't need to dip them. The graze on forest clearings are basically like Shetland sheep.
Right, hardy beasts.
Hardy and conservation grazing and everything. So I do love them. And I'm just going over on the 22nd to Berlin, or next to Berlin, and pick them up again this next year.
Oh, I'm jealous, I think.
They are nice. Yeah, I do like them.
And listen, thanks for stopping and chatting today.
Nice talking to you.
I'm going to have to go and... I haven't been in the other room yet. I'm going to have to go and do that and try and keep my hand in my pocket. Look, it's the Bow Fiddle yarns. We filmed it a fortnight ago, we'll film it again today. Hello, I'm back with the camera on this time. Oh,
How's it going?
it's been quite good fun. I've had a nice wander round.
I've seen about 3 stands out there and 3 haters. I've seen my corners.
And you've had no time for anything else. That's a good sign.
That's the first I've had a chance to sit down. So.
Hello. These are all wonderful. Right, I'm going to go and finish collecting the footage for... Yeah, give us a shout when we both get home and get relaxed. And good luck with the nomination. The votes are in.
I've already voted. It was your day. Really?
They're actually so sheep. Remember, and the way that I do that, I like.
Hello, how's Flora Fibre? What have you got new in your stall today? Lots, oh dear Lord. Good Lord, you've been busy.
Yeah, not that much.
As always. I don't know how you manage it. No, it's too much like hard work. They're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe the shine and tinsel on its own. It's just amazing. Let's switch that off. So, are you doing any other shows this year?
Yes, I am doing Newcastle and I'm doing Perth.
I'll see you at Perth then. Oh, dearie, dearie me. I'll be back. I'm going to Kashmir at some point, but it might not be today. The wee one? Yeah.
It's very nice. Nice colours.
Yeah.
It's soft.
Right, I'm going to have a blare to Graham and then I'll maybe come and join you. I'm just about happy to call it a day.
Oh, what are we looking for?
What have you done to yourself, man?
Can you lift up the cloth? It's that box at the end, the brown one, yeah. Or is it? No, it's not that one.
Oh yeah.
What are you looking for? Smooth yarn. We did, it was in the other box.
I remember about this because I'm not really
I think we'll have a couple of grades, but they're out there now. We've got a collection of them from one of the cheapest ones, which is the we should have passed them anyway. What we do have is the last four balls of wool from 2017.
It's worth getting.
It's good quality release process for my balls. No problem.
One of the things that doesn't say on the card, we do also have
very unusual. She is boss.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, actually, that's where our online job is here.
The business thing for Facebook is that's going to be free, and the website.
He's lovely.
She is my lead sheep. She is the alpha female.
Lovely.
She retired from lambing. That is her in the group picture.
Pictures of the sheep and talking about
Ethically, come on, commercially, and trade this stuff.
I've come back to film your stock, Sheila. Because yes, because I like your stock. It's always so well organised. And since there's nobody here at the moment, I'm going to get in quickly before you get customers.
I will get out of line with your camera.
Right, well, I know you didn't like that. That's why I stepped past you. Oh dearie me. Get back on again.
I've had more comments about this shawl than about anything else that I've ever had on my stall.
Wow.
So this is Monarch by Emily Williams at Butterby Knits.
Oh, that is lovely.
Just amazing.
Isn't it?
I think this edging on it, where she's got the crenellations, it gives it a kind of an avant-garde twist.
There's a nice structure to it.
But it's also really wearable. Whereas some of the stuff that's kind of avant-garde is a bit so avant-garde that what would you do with it? But I think she's done really beautifully with that.
That's wonderful. The combination of colours, that helps as well.
And that's the other thing. This is the other one that people are picking up and going, this is ethereal. It's so light. And you could see taking it on your summer holidays with you.
You could.
And it crunches up into absolutely nothing. And then pops out to be this thing of beauty.
It's really, really nice. And as you say, beautifully light. Lace weight?
It is. Lace weight, yes. And a very modern take on lace by Helen at Witchworks.
So I've seen her account. Yeah.
So those are the things that have been interesting people to do.
Funnily enough, I found at Dingwall last week were pattern sales for me. It was the things that people could pick up and play with.
Yes.
And try the shawl, and then they said, right, I'll take that pattern.
Yes.
And now I'm going to go and hunt and find yarn for it. So that was good because I got a pattern sale and somebody else was getting yarn sales.
Well, exactly. This is it. That's the good thing.
Well, this is me. I'm back round to where I started. So I am heading out the door. And I think we're going to try and get back up the road before we fall asleep.
Well, that sounds very sensible because you wouldn't want to be falling asleep on the way back up the road.
No, a 4-hour drive. So thank you very much. I will see you in Perth, dear.
Yes, darling, I will. I'm looking forward to Perth.
That'll be good this year.
Perth's going to be an excitement this year.
Put the camera back on. I've come to see your stock, especially the new stuff, which I bought. Look, it's lovely. It's really nice. I have to say they're a lovely selection. Even that, I mean, that's a stunning orange. I like that. It's always a nightmare coming to this stall because I find things that I think I could do with having that, but I don't have any space to put it anywhere. Dearie me. Well, that'll do.
Welcome back, folks. I hope you enjoyed that little wander around Aberdeen Yarn Fest. Not a massive amount of footage. It was a good day. It's a 4-hour drive from here to Aberdeen. So Janet and I spent 8 hours in the car and about 3-4 hours wandering around the Yarn Festival and chatting to folk. And it was brilliant fun. It was really, really nice to catch up with some of the folk you saw there. Massive shout out to Faye Howard from at Wool For You. It was really nice to catch up with Faye again. Celie McWheely, brilliant fun catching up with her as well. Ellen Sheck, Diana Campos, really just an absolutely super time. But I had this bag from Glasgow with me, and there had to be some shopping, and of course there are. Look at this. The blurb for Celie McWheely. And in case you're in the Glasgow area and you're not sure, there are the opening times. So I'll leave them on screen for a minute or two while I'm blethering. This is a place you really need to visit. It is an amazing little haven in Kirkintilloch, and I am absolutely sure that if you get a chance to go and visit, you'll be made most welcome. You'll enjoy what's there. There are crafting workshops, spinning workshops, knit and natter sessions, there's local arts and crafts gift shop, and everything you need for spinning, knitting, crocheting, weaving, felting. An amazing selection of hand-dyed yarns and fibres. Really have fun and go visit Sealy McWheely. There you are. You didn't even know I was going to do a little advert for you just because you're nice. Ha! So, first piece of shopping, a new project bag. And the new project bag is gold and lovely and brocade on the outside and just a little bit red on the inside. And this is from Ellen Sheck, and this is her Chinese New Year project bag, and it's absolutely stunning. And when I saw it, I thought, I'm going to have one of those. So I did, and I am extremely happy with it. Now, what else did I buy? Well, next door to Ellen Sheck was Diana Campos. And Diana is Lovebug Yarns, and I was having a lovely time standing at Lovebug Yarns when I saw these slightly high-vis neon minis, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I just fell in love with them and I thought, I've got to have those. They can go into bits of socks, they'll go into something hilarious. I have a funny feeling, I had this strange idea that I might want to buy some black to put behind them and have them really pop against a black background. So I'll have to wait and see. I haven't made my final decision, but hey, aren't they super? Not only that, she had a black light handy, a UV light, and boy do they pop under UV. So that's going to be fun. As I was wandering around, of course, Rusty Ferret were there, and I found Treasure, which is a 4-ply or fingering weight, 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon sock yarn, and the colours in it just said, this is going to be nice to knit with. It's a really nice, the base feels really, really nice. It's the same base, I think, as some of the stuff from other worldly yarns. I'm sure that I have another yarn sitting in stash which came up from Carola at Other Worldly, and it's the same BFL nylon mix, and they feel and look almost identical. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, a lot of the indie dyers use the same suppliers for the base yarns, but this one feels really, really super. Where are we? 365 metres and 100 grams and a reasonable price. So I'll be having a wee look at that later. These I will save. Oh, there isn't an awful lot in here. There wasn't a massive amount of wool. Business card for Wool Engineering, which they were absolutely super fun to chat to, and their yarns, especially some of the hand spun, looked really, really, really good. And I'm going to have to get back and have a look at those. Now, first place when I went through the door was Midwinter Yarns, and they had a new yarn range in, and this is it. It's 100% Finnish wool, no breed specific, naturally dyed, so natural dye products, but what a lovely range of colours. And I thought when I saw them, I am going to have a go at I'd go with some of this. It's 2 different colourways. There are some similarities in bits of it, and there's some contrasts in bits of it, but they are going to be absolutely super together. And again, good value for money. Let's see, where are we? 360 meters. Where's the needle size? Indigo, weld, madder and cochineal are the dye materials for this one. Naturally dyed yarn can leak small amounts of colour in the first wash, and slight colour changes can occur with time. Hand wash 30 degrees, use neutral washing agents. That seems reasonable. It's a fingering weight yarn, by the looks of it. Absolutely fine. The dye products for this one, again 360 meters, fingering weight, indigo, weld, madder and cochineal again. So yeah, so the dyeing products are the same, and that would explain why so many of the colours are the same, but absolutely super. Reasonably priced. I've forgotten how much I paid for them. But get in touch with Midwinter Yarns if you're interested, and I'm sure you'll have a whale of a time. Now, I was looking for some nice soft lace weight because I had a baby shawl to knit, and when I was talking to my friend Sheila Hewitt, Dye Ninja, there were these 2 almost identical skeins of pale pink, super soft lace weight, and this is alpaca, silk and cashmere. 70% alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere, 800 meters to 100 grams, and this base is discontinued, and oh my god, it's like holding a cloud, and I am going to be winding that into a ball, because I don't have any lace weight in Caithness Croft, and this is going to go into a shawl for a friend, and I am absolutely delighted with it. I was looking for a natural, I couldn't find a natural. This was the palest, softest yarn I could find, and it is, oh my god, it's amazing. So I'm just going to knit it and have fun with it. Very old traditional pattern, and I'm going to have lots of fun with that. And that is basically the stash acquisition from Aberdeen. There's not a lot, but I thoroughly enjoyed buying it. I had loads of fun. I wasn't planning to add a project bag, but I did, just because when I got to Ellen's stall and saw it, I couldn't resist it. It was absolutely, it's a gorgeous bag. So I'm going to call it a day there for this little section of the podcast. Pack this lot away, dig out the works in progress, and before I come back to record the next section of this, I'm off to the nursery to pick up Reuben and Leo, because nursery finishes for the summer today at 11, and it's about 11:15 now. So I will see you all soon. Bye for now. Hello, I am back in my conservatory. It's another sunny day, the birds are chirping outside, and it's been 3 or 4 days since I last tried to record a section of this Aberdeen et al. Podcast, and I got waylaid because I had the boys coming in at lunchtime, and then I had to go and get Ian from school, and then a pile of other odds and ends, and a weekend fell in between, and I left the stuff that I had been talking to you about, stash acquisition, a couple other odds and ends lying on the table here, and in the background I was working away on another mini project, and
I didn't notice that my little friends Reuben and Leo came out here and sat down to play with some of their toys. And it would appear that they're actually quite adept at switching on my GoPro. Now, while we are having this conversation, there will be some stills appearing round about the screen with some funny faces and the boys playing and my junk lying on the table. And I'm going to have to make sure that I am not quite so careless again because they had a whale of a time and they treated it with great respect and they took some pictures and they didn't do any damage, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. I love that they're so IT literate at the age of 3 and 4. I love the fact that they are willing to explore and use things properly. I think it's just wonderful. But then again, I'm a doting grandfather, what can I say?
Reuben, yeah, have to put the carrot cream on, and there is wood, and then press the big whole button. Oh, scream down. Could I use that? No.
While all that was happening in the background, there was a mini project on the go, and I was going to show you it as a whip at the end of last week. And unfortunately, it's not a whip anymore, it's a finished object. So, an additional finished object being thrown in at the end is a tam o' shanter. And it's knitted in Caithness Croft Shetland and Alpaca blend. The Shetland is from a croft in Leicester in Caithness. The alpaca has come from the Borders, and I have to say I am quite happy with the way it's turned out. I love the 8-sided shape that I've gone for, an 8-sectioned bonnet. I like the pattern that I've chosen, just highlighting the fact that there's 2 colours available in that yarn, just because I could, and making it bigger than it needs to be just for effect. I don't like the rib section there to be too tight on a forehead, so I have left that bigger than it possibly needs to be. I mean, you can make it small enough that it looks like a berry, but a traditional tam o' shanter does have something to hang on to your head. Consequently, I have this finished, and do I like it? It's lovely, and it's soft, and it's comfy, and I'd be happy wearing it, but then I don't care what I look like. Whether I put it on that way, whether it sits in the middle of my head and pulls forward like a cap, or whether it gets thrown all the way back like a slouch, I don't mind. It's actually a really nice soft yarn. It's nice on the ears, I must admit. So from that point of view, it's a success. The pattern is just single cables. I think probably for me there is where I would wear it most often. How does that look in the mirror? I don't know. Could look absolutely stupid because I kind of see what's recording, so we'll leave it like that. What would I say? It's really, really soft, as you would imagine any alpaca blend being. I'm absolutely delighted with it. There's the silver grey, the chocolate brown, there's a mid brown, and there's a cream. The cream isn't Shetland, funnily enough, it's Charolais and alpaca, and it's really, really nice. So at the moment, Beardychiel's Caithness Croft yarns have
the Suffolk and Beltex blend that we did last summer. We have Cheviot 4-ply, Cheviot Aran. We have 4-ply and double knitting in the grey, the chocolate brown, and the Charolais and alpaca natural. And we have a mid brown which is in 4-ply only, which is Shetland and alpaca. As I say, they were on sale in Rhodes this year. I tested them in the folk at Rhodes and they were popular there. You would have seen them in the last podcast at Dingwall. They're now up online in the Beardychiel shop on the website, along with the odds and ends of merchandise, needle gauges, Beardychiel key rings, pin badges, and Beardychiel stitch markers. So if you're interested in any of those odds and ends, pop onto the website www.beardychiel.uk and have a rummage through the shop. You might find something you fancy. You might just want to add to your pin badge collection, and I'll be happy to pop something in the post to you. Other than that, I think that's me almost at the end for this particular video. I have been blethering away since I came back from Rhodes, still chatting away to Eva Christie and trying to glean information about what's happening next at Perth Festival of Yarn. She was telling me that the floor plan is complete and that that'll be published shortly, and I'm delighted that that's going out because people do like to plan their shopping in advance of a festival. I am in the middle of writing up the course documents for the 4 courses that I'm going to be delivering at Loch Ness Knit Fest, which is my outing after Perth Festival of Yarn, excluding a trip between the two when I'm heading off to Shetland Wool Week with Janet, and I am really looking forward to that. More information to follow soon. Is there anything else? Online life is online life. Sometimes I'm online, sometimes I'm not. The test knitting for the Helios wing shawl that I showed earlier in the video is going on apace. One test knitter has completely finished and cast off, and first reports are fine. There are 2 other test knitters working away, and they have been super at feeding back any typos they've spotted in the pattern. That's unusual but not uncommon that my brain sometimes works faster than my fingers. So all of those corrections have gone in. It's listed on Ravelry, although the pattern isn't available yet until any last minute tweaks come out, and that will finish it off. So I'm going to finish this one off here and hopefully get some works in progress on the go so that I can show you something different next time we're together. In fact, I might even force myself to get the head cam out and sit and knit and blether at the same time, because I've done that for a couple of episodes and I think that would be great fun. Oh, it's getting warm in here. The sun beating down on my old head and my lovely Beardychiel's Tam O'Shanter. Why am I knitting Tam O'Shanters? Well, that's one of the 4 courses that I'm delivering when I'm at Loch Ness Knit Fest, because they've asked me to deliver a course on Tam O'Shanter construction, an introduction to Tunisian crochet. I'll also be delivering how to set up and work an introduction to single colour brioche and to 2 colour brioche. So that is going to be absolutely super fun. I'm hoping at the end of the brioche classes folk will go away and produce a pile of really nice beanies based on the techniques they pick up and the samples that they produce. The Tam O'Shanter folk should go away with enough ideas to design and make their own hat, their own bonnet if one prefers, be it 8 section, 6 section, 5 section, whatever. There's flexibility to suit just about any need, and if they want it perfectly circular, you can even arrange for it to be perfectly circular. I don't think I've anything else to tell you. I'm just rabbiting on for the sheer hell of it. Oh, sweary word, bleep that out for myself. What else? Loads and loads of things happening online which are interesting and concerning and sometimes enlightening, sometimes frightening. It's weird at the moment. There's a lot of strange things happening out there, and a lot of strange opinions appearing which I would never have expected from some people. And personally, some of it concerns me a little, that we're not all thinking primarily about each other. It's really, really weird. But since the things that are out there like that are not in my nature, I am a completely inclusive, non-sided, devil may care, don't give a jot about most things knitter. So I will continue to read, continue to absorb, and continue to support all those people who need to be supported. I think that's the only fair thing to do, isn't it? Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Nobody's perfect. Oh, as if by magic the phone rings. See you all. Keep happy, keep knitting. Cheerio.